Good morning, Paris. This is John Santulli with your morning news, reporting live at the scene of a crime where local Jacobin radical Jean-Paul Maratt was brutally murdered. A 24-year-old by the name of Charlotte Corday was the murderess. According to a house servant, she tricked Maratt into inviting him while he was taking a bath. She then pulled a knife and he was stabbed multiple times. We have a replay of the crime. Now back to Adam and Sam in the studio.
Thank you, John. That was a very graphic scene. As you all know, Jean-Paul Maratt was a theorist and a journalist, and was seen as a large Jacobin supporter. Charlotte Corday is a Girardin sympathizer and extremist who has very different views of the revolution from Jean-Paul.
My thoughts are that the assassination of Jean-Paul Maratt was a heavy blow to most of the people of Paris, France. The communists greatly loved Maratt, and the nobles greatly feared Maratt. But with him out of the war, the nobles will be able to live in peace. However, let's take a moment to reflect. I believe that this uprising is not a revolution. It would be considered this uprising a civil war, a bloody one too. The tyranny of the monarch needs to be removed, but the senseless murder of innocent people, left and right, is far from an act of the righteousness, as what these revolutions are calling it.
Good evening, Father. How are you doing?
Good evening.
If you haven't noticed, the assassination of Jean-Paul Maratt has just occurred this morning. Where were you?
I was at the church. I was resting at the time.
And what is your relationship between you and him?
He's a good man. He's very quiet. He would go to mass. He had very radical views, but he was a good man.
Yes. And did you find him to be a bad man or any sort like that?
No, he was a good man. Very good man. He would attend mass normal time.
And what is your view on his death, if you have one?
I'm very, very sad about his death. I mean, he was a good man. He'd go to mass. He didn't cause much trouble. He was very outspoken, though, when it came to his views about the monarchy.
And who are you supporting?
I don't have much of a view on this. I would love to support him, but I don't think it would do well for my personal image. I mean, do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, and this is Daily Paris News. Today we are interviewing a noble on Jean-Paul Maratt's death. He does not want his identity to be shown, so we are keeping it undercover. Well, as we were saying, where were you during the assassination this morning?
At home. I was eating breakfast.
Do you have a relationship with him by any chance?
Never. Never would I have a relationship with that man.
Did you find him to be bad in any sort of way?
He opposed everything the monarchy was for, and he hated the nobility. So naturally, I would hate him.
Well, was he a noble himself?
No. That man would never be a noble.
Okay. So, what is your view on his death?
I'm all for it. I'm glad they killed him.
So you are supporting?
Yes, I'm supporting the death of Jean-Paul Maratt. I'm glad he died. He was a threat to all nobility.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is Daily Paris News, and we're signing out. Enjoy.